Grand Theft Auto 6. It's been a while since we've talked about it, but we know it's coming at some point. So today we want to talk about some things that we think Grand Theft Auto 6 should bring back. There's a lot of stuff we'd want to see with this game. We have 10 examples, so let's get started off with number 10. Let's talk about that 6-star wanted level from the 3D universe. Come on, man. Make this happen, Rockstar. For some reason, probably because of, realism, the HD Universe GTA games cut out an entire wanted level tier. In these games, your wanted level maxes out at 5, but in the old quote-unquote 3D era games, your wanted level went all the way up to 6. So with GTA 6 being, the 6th entry in the franchise, it would make perfect sense to bring this feature back. Yeah, I know it's ridiculous that your crime spree will call in the literal army backed up by tanks, but who cares how ridiculous this is? It's fun, and it feels like the ultimate threat escalation, and we really want to take it super far. The tanks and attack helicopters make surviving at 6 stars nearly impossible, so getting to that wanted level is pretty much a death sentence. But 3D games made it easier to lower your heat with things like police bribes, so it wasn't completely impossible, just extremely difficult. That's the point, of course, and some people might have found it annoying, but personally, we just loved it. Half the fun of playing a GTA game is just to get into a shootout and see how long you can survive and how much crime and chaos you can cause. And the way your wanted level throws more and more dangerous threats at you is just extremely satisfying. You know you're an unstoppable killing machine when you have to fight a full-blown military force. Even though it's likely that you're going to be dead very soon, it's still fun. With Red Dead 2's focus on intense realism, it'll be fun to go back to a Rockstar game that's just goofy nonsense again. Make the 6-star wanted level even more ridiculous. I don't know, make it so you're fighting jets and guys with jetpacks and future guns or something. I don't know, just go crazy, man. Next, over at number 9, bring back the interiors. GTA 5 is very sorely missing a variety of interactive interiors, so GTA 6, we'd like to see more. For example, the game lacks a lot of indoor restaurants or street food vendors from previous games. The lack of enterable interiors in this game is also disappointing. In GTA 4, pretty much every single interior that was enterable on single player was enterable on multiplayer, and all of the interiors were very detailed and made the game so much more immersive. In Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, almost every interior is locked with the exceptions of the stores and a few random places scattered throughout the map, and you can argue with all the expansions and stuff it's better than the single player interiors, but still, not much. One consistent thing that we do hear people complain about with GTA 5 is the lack of its interiors, and at the end of the day, it's a pretty minor problem, but it is sort of disappointing how few buildings that game lets you go into after previous games had all sorts of cool structures that you could enter at any point, even if it was simple. Like I said, this is mostly a complaint aimed at the single player part of GTA 5. GTA Online has come a long way, and with GTA 6, we would just love to see the game have a ton of interiors for buildings accessible right from the start. Looking at Red Dead Redemption 2 again, where a huge chunk of buildings can be entered and fully explored, we feel like GTA 6 will see some pretty major improvements in this area, so fingers crossed. Next, over at number 8, dual wielding, baby. Red Dead 2 has it, Max Payne 3, San Andreas had it, Grand Theft Auto 6 should have it. In general, we're expecting a pretty major upgrade to the gunplay in 6, and what better feature to bring back from their previous games than the ability to shoot 2 guns at once? In San Andreas, the only way to use 2 guns at once was upgrade your weapon skills to Hitman level with certain one-handed guns, and it was a satisfying reward for grinding up your stats. But in GTA 6, we preferred if they just took the Red Dead 2 route and made it so you can just have 2 sidearms at all times, and then use them both at the same time if you want from a weapon wheel. It's a simple solution that's fun to use, and it already works. It's already figured out. And while we're talking about double guns, why not just go full Max Payne? In 5, they did play around a little bit with the element of slowing down time, so this time they might as well just implement a full-blown shoot-dodge mechanic or something, slow-motion shooting. Maybe it's something you have to unlock or learn from like a special trainer or something, like if they thought it would be too ridiculous for someone to do. I don't know, it'd just be awesome to pull that off. They don't have to go full Matrix here or anything, like where you're running on walls and doing backflips, but just a couple of Max Payne-style shootouts and moves wouldn't hurt. Next, over at number 7, this is a major one. San Andreas added so many interesting kind of sim features to the series that were eventually, discarded in GTA 4 and 5. One of our favorites was how you could build CJ however you wanted. He starts off as a skinny guy, but if you work him out constantly, then he'll start to look more and more muscular. And on the flip side, if you ate too many burgers, then he'd gain more weight. And it was an awesome mechanic that you really had to go out of your way to experience, but still, it made the character feel so much more like a actual person and that you can manipulate in the world. Working out and eating actually has an effect on his physique and can even affect how he does certain moves and alters a few cutscenes and dialogue bits.
Dude, you're letting yourself go.
What made this stuff so good, at least to us, was how it didn't feel like the game was punishing you for ignoring it. So many games include these simulation elements and force you to grind them out or else you'll be a pathetic weakling. But in San Andreas, the change in body shape was mostly just cosmetic. As long as you didn't stop to eat fast food constantly, your body type wouldn't change that much. You really had to want to get large. It wasn't something that like you could just do by mistake, so it didn't feel like a total punishment. It was just another thing the game let you do, and that was cool. Just seeing how a system like this would work in a modern game would be hilarious. I mean, they could just easily just like let you make your own character and choose to be muscular or overweight, but it's just not the same. Obviously, when we're talking about this, we're kind of ignoring the GTA 6 leaks that gave us a decent idea of what the game might actually be about, because the thing hasn't still been fully announced or revealed yet, so there's plenty of time and things could still change. Next over at number 6, one thing people loved about the old 3D era games were the minigames. They were arcadey, fast, and mostly pretty fun. How they worked never really made any sense, of course. Like, why would someone steal an ambulance and then decide to start answering calls? Or, like, who on earth is giving you money for completing any of these things? The vigilante jobs are especially ridiculous, too. You steal a police car, then you listen to the scanner. Respond to crimes in progress like a true Crime Stopper, even though the entire game is about being a criminal. You're literally a criminal right now. You're driving around in a stolen police car. You probably killed someone just to get it. So why are you helping the police now? It makes no sense, but nobody cares. It's fun. The taxi jobs stuck around, but instead of the chaotic, crazy taxi-inspired jobs of previous games, the HD era ones are a little bit more sedate. Honestly, they're kind of boring, a bit of a downgrade from how fun and cheesy they could be in other games. For this entry, what we want are less simulation side jobs like boring stuff and more arcadey, nonsensical ones, the real fun stuff. Personally, we don't think the next game needs to be either super realistic or over-the-top goofy and arcadey. We just feel like a Grand Theft Auto game can pull off both. Walk a great tightrope. So just make it so all this stuff is on an app or something on your phone. Maybe turn the taxi missions into an Uber parody or something. I mean, this stuff just writes itself. Next over at number 5, from what we do know about the leaks, it is safe to assume that multiple characters might be back in this game, but that doesn't mean it's 100% guaranteed. The character wheel is still one of Grand Theft Auto 5's most impressive features though. Being able to like swap to a different character on the fly seamlessly with no loading screens was a technical marvel back when the game first came out. And it's still extremely impressive now. So one aspect of the character wheel that's a little more divisive are the switch scenes, where you move to a character already in the middle of something. These were pretty fun the first time, but when they did things like change your character's clothes that you already picked out or dump them in the middle of nowhere and force you to walk back to get a car, it could be a bit inconvenient and sometimes infuriating. I feel like there's gotta be a compromise here because we do think that the switch scenes are a creative idea that are mostly well implemented. It just really does seem like these characters have a life of their own and aren't just like brainlessly standing there waiting for you to take control. Still, sometimes you just want the character to look like how you made them, driving the car you had left them with previously, and that's not always the case in 5, so just make it so swap scenes don't do drastic things like change outfits, or overwrite cars, or leave characters drunk or stranded all the time, unless they're plot specific. Maybe the next game could just give you a toggle so they can go crazy with the swap scenes and have all kinds of weird things happen, but if you're just trying to progress or do something, then you can turn all that off. And we're not really sure what Rockstar could even do to improve the system, but it's such a good idea at a base level that still has tons of potential yet to be explored. Now over at number 4, for a PSP side game, Rockstar really went all out with Vice City Stories. On top of just feeling like a mainline GTA game in almost every way, they also introduced this complex empire building element to the game that was a lot of fun to mess around with. Vice City had properties you could buy, but all you did with those was buy them for a set price and they'd slowly generate more money. Sometimes they would unlock side missions, but that was just about it. These things have a lot more going on in Vice City Stories. Instead of just buying them, you first had to attack a business to get them to sell. These start off as small-time places that contain legal businesses, but eventually you start taking on gang strongholds that can be cleared out and turn into illegal businesses that deal in drugs and smuggled goods, and rival gangs won't just roll over when you attack them. The more powerful you get, along with how much you take from certain gangs, causes them to attack your businesses, which can be frustrating, but if you upgrade your places with better goons to defend them, then they're less likely to take damage. It was just a really fun system with a little depth that would be exciting to see implemented in GTA 6. Granted, Rockstar likes telling stories, and they might focus way more on that, but still, there's a lot of fun gameplay here, and we'd love to see something like this implemented. We want to build an empire. Now over at number 3, this might be a little contradictory from the last point, but we're just talking pie-in-the-sky stuff on this list. We're not expecting Rockstar to bring all this stuff back for GTA 6, it's just a list of things that we would like to see, and we'd like to see the gang warfare from San Andreas return too. Yeah, the actual mechanics of it in San Andreas were a bit wonky, and it doesn't really feel like gang warfare exactly. It mostly just feels like you're just shooting fish in the barrel in random environments until the timer runs out, but the basic idea here is good. We're not trying to trash talk the gang warfare in San Andreas, we're just saying that there's a lot they could do with it. It's still a lot of fun, especially when you just want to have an excuse to kill some bad guys without repercussions. The whole respect system is pretty good too. Being able to roll around with a whole entourage of members backing you up is really satisfying. How they'd be able to justify a feature like this without making your characters part of a gang is a big question, but I'm sure Rockstar will figure something out. Like, if they're not going to go full-on business empire sim, then at least give us some gang warfare. And at number 2, we're gonna just keep it going, the drug dealing from Chinatown Wars. This underappreciated entry in the GTA series may have looked like just a throwback to the top-down originals, but it actually had a lot of cool ideas and innovations. Our favorite being specifically those drug dealing side missions. Unlike most GTA games where you just get money for completing missions, a lot of the time in Chinatown Wars, you get drugs as a reward. To actually cash out, you then have to sell this stuff on the streets. It's actually your main source of income in the game, and it's not always an easy or safe thing to do. It's not like going to the ATM. The basics are simple though. You want to buy drugs low and sell them high, but there's a lot of wrinkles there to keep things engaging. Doing things around the city can actually decrease the overall cost of buying drugs from gangs, like smashing security cameras and stuff. You can steal drugs from mules or find them in dumpsters. Sometimes certain gangs are selling at a major discount, giving you the opportunity to swoop in and make some big profits. And there's danger involved too. Like, any drugs you have on you, when you get busted, get confiscated. So you need to keep them stashed away at a safe house until you're serious about selling. The stakes are high though. Even selling can be dangerous. If you make a large deal, it's more likely that the police will try to bust you. So it's altogether just like a really interesting system that gives you a lot more to think about than just going from one mission to the other. But it's not so complex that it gets tedious or boring to deal with. It's just a great system that will be really interesting to see implemented in GTA 6. Now down at number 1, let's talk cheats. Unlike most developers who have kind of cooled off on classic cheat codes in their games over the years, Rockstar has been pretty damn consistent. In the Xbox 360 era, where so many games just totally stopped having cheats, all of Rockstar games had them in some way. GTA 4 and 5, Red Dead 1 and 2, they all have cheats in different shapes and forms, but it's great. Clearly, Rockstar understands its audience here. With the success of GTA Online, however, there are people in the community worried that it's possible that Rockstar is going to go all in on the online elements in GTA 6. If the game is somehow always online, then that's it for cheat codes, which would be a real shame. Personally, we don't really see it happening. We think that we can trust Rockstar to have a robust single-player mode and a separate online mode, but I think I could see why some people would worry about that. Just look at how the company has kind of neglected single-player GTA 5 and is now focused pretty much entirely on online. Granted, it's been many, many years since that base game released, but it's just frustrating for people who prefer the single-player experience. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're willing to dump offline play entirely. We think cheats will be back in GTA 6 in one form or another, or we hope for it, and we're not going to bet our life on it, but they've just been too consistent about it over the years. Still, there's a lot of other stuff we'd love to see in GTA 6, and you probably have a lot of things as well, so let us know in the comments. Anything you'd love to see in this future game, whatever the hell it may be, whenever the hell it may release, let us know in the comments what you think, what you want, and anything about GTA 6 at all, really. If you like this video and you like what we're doing here, we're talking video games with you guys every single day, clicking the like button's all you gotta do. It really helps us. And if you're new, consider subscribing, maybe hitting that notification bell, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.